Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday claim sale. Hit that like button if you will. We're probably going to have maybe 200 people in here today, so let's see if we can't get to at least 100 likes. Very Spider-Man heavy today, so we're actually going to start with Spider-Man, and we'll get to it. You guys know how it goes by now. If you get 10 claims, you get 10% off. If you get 20 claims, at any claim sale, you can get 20% off. That's the items $100 and under. Addition to that, international shipping. I'll ship anywhere in the world. You're sending me the shipping label and the customs, or you can just hop on over to my eBay, grab something there, and I can put this stuff in that outgoing box. Invoices typically come out after the show, although if you get like one or two books, sometimes I just hold your pile and let it get a little bit bigger. So let's get to it. We're going to have a lot of fun today. A very Bat and Spidey heavy day here. So let's see, what else? I guess that's it. I'll get it started. Yeah, I actually am starting with two long boxes of Spidey to start it, which is ridiculous. All right, I have 3 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 1, perfect condition from 2014. There's the J. Scott Campbell. That is the first appearance of Silk Cindy Moon on A. I also have a beautiful mid-grade 1973 Mylar Up classic cover on H. That's annual number 9. I also have annual 10. This is a mid to high grade third Human Fly, which was Richard Deacon. And annual 11, similar condition. That is the first John Romita Jr. on Spidey. J. Actually, starting with some annuals. Nothing on B. Justin, did you mean A? You got it, Meatball. We're starting a new pile for you. Meatball. Mario. Okay, sweet. Oh. What's up, Chris? Chris, I got you here. Mealy on A. I also have 2 mid to high 1978 ASM Annual 12 Iconic Hulk vs. Spidey. That'll be on G. I have 2 of them. Perfect Condition 14 from the second most recent run. That's the first appearance of Hallows Eve. Annual number 18 is not a key. It is high grade, but it is not a key, so just $3. Thank you, Chris. You get one of the G's. Oh, looks like we're starting with a banger. Actually, I'll save that for a second. I have 2 identical, very high grade and newsstand. The Marriage of Pete and MJ on F, and those are in Mylar. Looks like a Nesmith. Oh, wow, we're starting a new box. For you, Nez. So get this box over there. Actually, no, I'll leave you right here. Then we have, I think, Chris, and then Justin, Kicker. Arube, you just missed F. It's all right. Chris. All right, here's the book from the thumbnail. It's actually an extremely nice copy, a well-presenting mid-grade. The pin up is missing, so I actually ended up pricing it at the lowest of the low. That is actually the key collector low right there, despite the book looking like a 5 or a 6. That is your first appearance of Scorpion. That'll be on D. There you go. First appearance of Speedball. It's also the first Mark Bagley on Spider-Man. High grade B. Annual number 26. It's some Venom origin thing. Then we have a Sharp mid-grade of 43. It is the second MJ, second Rhino. It's the first date with Pete and MJ on F. Here we have a mid-grade 53, 12 cent, and a high grade 58. All right, meatball E. L band on F. Meatball on G. Uncle Lou on I. I also have 12 cent continued. Mid to low 63 D. Mid grade 70. First Vanessa, Kingpin's wife. Mid to high, first Prowler. I was thinking about making that the thumbnail, but we had that first Scorpion, which I think is a slightly bigger book. G. So Janko, let me just do a quick scan. That's your first one. Let's see. Half got G. Rivy got D. And we're caught up there. 92. This is actually pretty high grade. They call it a key. It's the first Iceman Spidey issue. I don't really consider that a key, but it is beautiful condition. Here's a key. Mid grade, first Arthur Stacy in 93. Here is a very high grade 96, which is one of the drug issues. So Lou got that one. Another drug issue. High grade, not quite as high as I, but it's a nice copy on J. There's a high grade 104 Craven cover. I see a meatball on G. Blue. 105, nice high grade. And then one that was just a pinch below it, dropped at $5. I had a 106 in mid grade. It's actually kind of hard to find those 20 centers. And a mid grade 109. These are actually mostly in Mylar. Continuing with the awesome Spidey, I have a beautiful 111 Craven and the Given cover. Water break. BY gets a G and H. F on. Really. 112, although I thought I had another. I will take a look. Yes. This one's a mid to high. This one's probably mid. Beautiful classic covers. And here's a big one. I have a high grade. Actually, if you want to know a book, I think it's very underpriced. I have a high grade First Hammerhead here. Pretty shocked that that doesn't reach 100, but it doesn't. So there you go. And then this is the first cover, similar condition, Tombstone. Another beautiful 118 on F. That's high grade 123, Funeral for Gwen, first meeting with Luke Cage, classic issue. Water break. Yeah, I brought the meat and potatoes for you guys today. Do me a favor, hit that like button while we wait. Do not let beautiful Mylard Spider-Man sit on this wall. Come on, folks. There's some pretty stuff here. Boy, I'm hot. My AC is working overtime. God. Whew. Mark Jewelers. No, I don't believe so. All right, then we have ASM 125. That is the second appearance of Man Thing. That is a gradable copy. You are cleanly in the nines on that one. Another beautiful mid to high 126. And this one's like the origin of the Vulture or something. That's a decently high 128. And the ridiculous wedding of Aunt May and Doc Ock 131 classic. Another beautiful mid to high in my one. Dark Lord Mafia. What's up, Mafia? Make sure you hit that link. This will be how I get the invoice out to you. First name, last name, make sure your address is spot on, all that good stuff. Mafia, Elvan. Justin. Laura. Nesmith. All right, now we're getting into some nice, great condition Bronze Age 132 and 133. 137, 139, first Grizzly. This one's a little lower, but it is a key. First clone of Gwen on F. The grade on E is probably about a 7, maybe a 7.5. Arube. Uh, Laura, that sounds great. I'll get that for you. Windrose. Windrose, you have a short box here that is like a few inches from being filled. So that's great. Beautiful 150 Mylar again. I have a couple options with 152. Here's the higher grade on E, but if you want just like a more mid-grade, you can save a few bucks. This was a collection that had a lot of duplicates. I think he was a very early speculator or something. Kipker. First. 153, mid to high. 154, I have the kind of the same thing. If you want the higher or just the mid, save $5. So you have to let me know F5 or F10. Thank you, Brian. We got an F5. Any dingleberries? We actually have a lot of dingleberries. I'm very sad to say I made a big announcement last week about how I'm going to be cracking down on non-payers, and we actually have 10 boxes that are still not paid for. I don't quite call 1 week a non-payer, but when everybody else pays within 24 hours, it is kind of strange. And usually we maybe have like one person that it takes them a week to pay. This time, like I said, we got 10 boxes, so it makes me a little nervous. Windrose takes a 5. Ribby gets an E. BY, we are out of 5s, but we have the higher 10s if you're interested. Wow. Yeah, I thought another high 154. For the record, just shits and giggles. That's a high grade 154. You want to know what Key Collector says for all this stuff? I'm so much lower. Look, 154. Let's see. Issue. All right. Key Collector. Low 5, mid 15, and high 45. There's all my high grades for 10. That's how I price, folks. You know how it goes. Ribby gets a BY. Mr. Palf took an E and our last F. Dark Lords gets the first Grizzly. Thanks, Dark Lords Mafia. What's up? All right, then we have some high 155. This one's a mid to high first Mirage and the Wedding of Ned Leeds, 156. 157, it's a mid. F. BY on A. Go. Gunga 9486. Mr. Gunga, make sure you hit that link, first name, last name, all that stuff. That'll be how I find it. Let me drop the link for you. There it is. I have a couple copies of 158. Once again, you have your higher, we'll do it for 15. And then we have 2, just ever so slightly a bit lower, I'm doing for 8, similar to 154. 159, similar thing. Your higher is going to be 8, but I have one that was a little lower, F5. So you have to say F5 or F8 or A8. You know what I mean? Thank you. Meatball, which F? Let's see. Palf went A and I. I know you want the higher Palf. Gunga gets an A8. F5 to Chris. And F8 to Pitker. A couple mid-grade 160s on I. Justin. I do know you, pal. You want the cream of the crop. I don't blame you. Are we blurry? That's a little better. Violent player condition on J. Condition on J is probably an 8-0, I would say. 160 mid. Okay. Meatball. All right, we get caught up. Here is a high 164 kingpin cover. And then 165, that is a mid to low, $4. 167 mid to high in Mylar is the first Will of the Wisp. Mr. Cooper with an I. All right. Actually, this is pretty high grade. I'm surprised I don't have at least 10 on that. That's on H. And then 169. I have a couple options for you. Once again, the slightly better is going to be the 8. And the slightly lower is going to be a 5. It's actually a very early Frank Miller letter, which is kind of cool. So before Frank Miller joined the comic world, he sent in a fan letter on I. Here we go. Nesmith on the J. That's a Justin on H. And Justin gets one of the many 8s I have there. GHI. All right. Big price jump because we got a near mint 170 G and a mid grade. Very high, possibly near mint 171 H. Fine, clean top row, my man. Chris Anthony gets a I. Top row means you actually get a book for free, so rock on. Who was that? Arube? Well played. That's a Lou on G, and I know you want the higher. I know you. Chris went with the lower. Meatball. All right. Then we have 172 is the first appearance of Rocket Racer. That one's a mid to high, and that one's a mid. 174, I could swear I had a high. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Yes. I have 3 highs of 174. Near mid even. And then I have a mid to low. Do you still have a high grade for Tomar Ree? I'm pretty sure that is gone. Pretty sure that's long gone, actually. Gateski. Thanks, Joe. Your eBay. Gotcha. That's a blue. Origin of the Punisher, mid to high 175 on deep. 176, Dr. Barton Hamilton, aka the third Green Goblin, first appearance, high Mylar E. That is a health. 177 near mint. 178. There's the high, the mid. Okay. Let's see. Kicker 10. Trask. Do we get any C's yet? I feel like I haven't seen a C. All right, 173. I believe I just have the mid. Y. Another high 178 and a near mint 179. And these other ones I had for 10 are actually pretty good too, but that one's probably a gradable, the $30 one. Couple high 180s. I'll put them here on H. Trask, I'm assuming you want the high A. Let me know. All right, then we have the gradable. First big wheel. I'll put my, these are actually pretty high grade too, but that one looks like a gradable 183. A low A. Well, I wouldn't say low. They're still really nice. Here's a mid to high first white dragon, J. Pete graduates from college, 185. High grade E. High grade 186. Bronze ASM. That's a meet on J. And a Justin on E. Oh, I got 2 of those. All right, then we have 187. 3 identical copies, all $10 on E. Some Buttes. Sergenko. There it is. I'm surprised this book isn't a bigger deal. I have two here. One of them could probably be a near mint. The other one's like a near mint minus. It's the second appearance of Jigsaw, first cover appearance, which is a notable Punisher villain. Trask. Bottom row. DY. Yeah, rock on. Chris. I have a couple, yeah, I thought I had a couple of these. Same thing. Nice copies, really nice copies of 189, but I got one. Where is it? I got one that's probably a near mint or a near mint minus. So I'm going to put that one for 20. There you go. Same thing with A. I got a near mint, probably a 9698, 190. And then another one. This is not bad. It's like a 90, but that one's just so noticeably better. So got to do it. Top row's gone. That means free book. Mr. Nesmith. Thanks, John. In the middle of the night. All right, high grade 191 C, high grade 192 D, high grade 193 E. Phew. Wow, that was a hell of a sneeze. BY, you kind of look like you're at 10. Certainly looks like it. 196, mid-grade non-keep. 198, one of my favorite Mysterio covers. And then I also have 199 in near mint, and then another just more generically high grade right under. So I'll have a 12 and an 8. Sure. Crisp, double crisp. With rose. Meatball gets the A12. You know, it was a good freaking movie. The MCU Spider-Man 2, whatever that's called, Far From Home, maybe. I thought that was really quite good. I really did. I actually think I liked it more than 3, which is, I know, a lesser thought opinion, but I really enjoyed it. Dude, when are we getting Across the Spider-Verse 3? What the hell? Then we have a couple mid to high 200s. We have like a near mint 201 iconic Punisher cover. A high grade 202 Punisher Spidey team up. Here we have some non-key 203. Third appearance of Black Cat, decent condition, high grade something, maybe 8.5 to like 9.2 J. Non-key 206, non-key 207. Oh boy, I need to slow down. Yeah, dude, for real. Neely got the D. That's what she said. Then we have Uribe. Got it right that time. Gets one of the B's. Sorry, that one's gone. G. With Rose. And the other to Ryan. And Meat. Justin. Nothing on D. Trask A. Dark Lord Mafia. Polywhirl F. I think we're maybe caught up. Okay. All right, here we go. In descending condition, your mid, mid, mid to low. First appearance of Madam Web. Neely. 211, non-key. 213, non-key newsy. Perfect condition, second newsy, Madam Web. A high grade seemingly at first, but there's a speck of water damage. Newsy first mud thing on A. All right. Trask. Zamboni. Ah, there it is. Neely. First. All right, that's what we got. Acevedo. What's up, Acevedo? Good to see you. You know how it works, my man. Fill out that link, first name, last name. Bam. Chris. All right, non-key 218. Near mint, one of my favorite Black Cat covers ever. 226D. Very high grade, 230. Juggernaut Classic on F. Non-key 231. Death of Tarantula near mint 236. Justin. Chris. Al. Me. All right, look at this price difference. You ready for this? Here's the near mint, second Hobgoblin, and here's the low grade. Gotta love the difference in price there. Non-key high newsy, 240, 241, very high, could be like 98, 241, Origin of Vulture. And then if you want to skimp on price a bit, there's like a more mid-grade one on J. Polywhirl. All right, where we go? Gunga. Uncle Lou. High grade non-key 242. High grade non-key 246. High grade 247 non-key. Same with 249, of which I actually have a couple. Thanks, Meat. Thanks, BY. Great condition. Super high grade 250. Non-key 251. Yep, we got a top row. Is that Wood Rose? Visa Scott and G. There you are. Here's a big one. I have a in the nines Newsy ASM 252, right front and center on the seat. Here's some high 253s. Newsy, that's the first appearance of Rose. That's a Palf. F-I-J. Justin. Cyberman Comics. I'm going to move you over here. High grade first Puma, and then high grade first Puma Newsy. Could be gradable, both of those. High grade 259, 261, classic Hobgoblin cover. The greatest cover of all time. That is sarcasm if you don't know 262. When Rose gets Rose, well, that just makes sense. Mafia. The Elite. Kicker. Chris. Joe. Blurry. Someone said, do I throw in Marvel Team Up when I'm doing ASM? Usually I put all my Spider-Man, so if I have web, random Spider-Man team ups, Spider-Woman, freaking who Spider-Verse, whatever, I put it all at the start of the show. I keep all my Spidey next to my ASMs. We're just doing volume 1, but I guarantee you there's some Spider-Woman and some maybe Marvel Team Up mixed in here. First Normie Osborne, very high grade, 263. This one is a high grade. I'm calling it like a 9-2, 265 for Silver Sable. Here's a high grade Newsy, 268. And I have another one that was just a pinch lower if you want to save a buck down there on I. Non-key 269, 270, non-key, Newsy, and direct. Kicker. Kicker, Gunga. Facebook, Henry. Got the C up. Chris. Chris again. Kicker. And Chris again. Mark Bucknell. Henry Kwong and Mark Bucknell, just make sure you fill out those links with your first name, last name, all that stuff. That'll be how I get the invoice out your way. Thank you very much. Dark. For some reason, these are getting totally overlooked, so let's do it again. Here's my super high grade Bronze Age 189. These are high grade too, but this one's just even better. I'm going to re-put them up, shuffle them around on A. All right, then we have non-key 274. Origin, very high, 275. Near mint 276. And Newsy, first and only appearance of Flash Thompson as Hob. 278. Non-key E. 280. First appearance of the Sinister Syndicate. 2. Non-key Newsy, 285. Punisher cover. The Palf. Y. Gift card. That's a new one, Russ. Vintage. Russ Vintage, thank you for your claim on C. 9 more gets you 10% off. Go for it. Here's that link. Please complete that for me real quick. That'll be how I get an invoice out your way. G to Justin. Someone got E. Different Justin. 293. I actually have 2 possible 9/8s. And then I think I found like a thing wrong that probably makes it like a 9/6. Let's see. 294. Here's your high grade. Here's your mid grade. Craven's Last Hunt stuff. That's a Palphone B. And a BIC Classic. Or B. Another new one. Bic Classic. Make sure you put your first name, last name, fill out that link. That'll be how I get the invoice out your way. You can get 10% off too if you get 9 more, or 19 more gets you 20%. Palf. All right, where are we? 6-string samurai. Meatball. And boom. Pain. All right, Hawkma, what book are you claiming? All right, then we have a high grade 298. First, Todd McFarlane. We have a near mint 301. No 300 this week, but I do have a high grade Newsy and Direct of 303. We're into the McFarlanes. High 304, high 305, and I also have the Newsy behind it for just a smidge more. Studio Stones went BC. Good choices. Quick on the trigger. Good job. Studio Stones. H. Whenever I have, it's hard for me to not mention it, but whenever I see the McFarlane stuff, this is the #1 thing where I see other comic prices can sometimes get ridiculous. I have actually seen near mint newsies of this stuff be priced at like 40. It gets grotesque. 306, I have 2 high newsies. 307, near mint chameleon thing. 308, there's the high, and there's a mid, there's 5. I-10 to Rebay. G10. Dark Lords F. Justin went BC. And Rebay went B. Gunga, I'm going to move your pile over here. There you go. And Classic, for the better of the two. Yes, Classic. Where did I just put you? There you are. High grade 310 McFarlane. 3 near mint McFarlane 311s. Again, great Mysterio cover. Gosh. And we're making our way through it. Let's see. Mr. Bucknell just missed that one. Neely gets an H. Bick and a Rebay. All right. 315. I had a couple near mints of those. Technically, it's the first cover appearance of Venom. Hey. 1B. 317. This one's mid to high and a newsy. It's the 4th appearance of Venom on C. Back to our McFarlanes. There's the newsy. Rex. That's 319. Rebay. A lot of people hitting 20% off today. I love seeing it. Ryan Uribe, I'm assuming you want the 10. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then we got 320. Just one of those. 321. I have 3 of those. Carlson, so like perfect copies, $2.99. I've had it enough times where I kind of know this. I think they price it like $120. You could like maybe start like convention pricing would have like 150, 200. But I think 120 is the real price. Kipker. Actually, I kind of think it's a little low, but it kind of is what it is. All right, here's near mint newsy, and then our directs for 322. Couple copies of the first appearance of Solo, who is an ally to Spider-Man on J. 3 copies again. Bick. Couple stragglers on the wall. Let's see if we can get them gone. Top row to Uribe. Nice. Rebook. Ryan, I think you've hit 20% off. So your entire pile from this point on is just whoop, 20% off. Nice going. Is that a J? Yeah, Dark Lords, that's a J. All right, then we have 324. High grade Sabretooth cover. 325. I think I only have 1. Couple near mint 328s. That's the final McFarlane. It's a little higher than some of those others. Vic gets a C. Ryan gets a B. And then we had a clean sweep McFarlane. Get a round of applause in the chat. That was Mr. Falcon. Rock and roll. Hell yeah. Next up, it's about to get a lot cheaper. Non-keys of 330. 332, is this the first long-tongued Venom? It's not perfect, but it's still in the nines. The non-key, first femme fatales, 340, 341, non-key. Come here. A couple near mint. First Cletus Cassidy, 344, 345, couple near mints. This is the one where Cletus gets infected with the symbiote, which obviously later turns into Venom. Hipker on V. And oh boy, we're going fast on. Okay, boom, meatball C. One of the G's goes to Vic. Neely. $345. Justin Kipker. Right you are, L-Band. Right you are. All right. Rust Vintage, I'm moving your pile over here. All right, 346, just a classic Venom cover. It's Larson, super high grade. Same with 347, 350 non-key, 351 non-key, 354 non-key, 352 non-key. Bic and one guy. Okay, where are we? Meatball. Meatball. All right, then we have non-key 357. Here we go. High grade 359. This is the first cameo. It's a very weak cameo, but it counts, of Carnage, and this one's more like a mid-grade, but it is a newsie. Hold on, we got a new CIT Lay. Layhouse 9421 gets a C. Lay, make sure you hit that link, first name, last name. Make sure you get, that's a funky username. It's a little long, so just make sure you fill out this link. with that exact username. That way I can see, I can find you basically. Kipker on C. Ryan, I'm assuming you want the $10. And let me just scan, see if anyone got a Russ. And Russ, I moved you here. All right. Okay. Oh boy, look at this. Another one. All right, then we have the technical first appearance of Carnage. I say it with my chest. 360. Yeah, it is what it is. A lot of people like to say this is the first appearance of Carnage. I think it's the first full appearance. So, first full appearance bundled with the second and third appearance all high grade E. If you want just a 361 high near mint, in fact, that's on B. I actually have a few. And then this one was a newsie, but I did see a couple hairline spine ticks, so it brings the price down a smidge. All right, where's Bic? Gets that last C. Kipker. eBay. Kipker. BAB is the price 40. That means Bronze Age bundle, and I don't even have any this week. That's a Palf on B. Farron John. That's a new name. Mr. Johns, make sure you fill out that link with your first name, last name, all that good stuff. That'll be how I invoice you after the show. And technically, you can actually still get 20% off that because I do my 100 and under items can be 20% off. So if you get 19 more claims, you can do it. Go for it. You can do it. Aaron Jones, okay. aceBay, nothing on E. Bucknell, nice. Okay, there. We call it up. Okay, we are caught up. Okay. Here we go. You got hella options. So let me try to put it all together here. All right. I have a lot of these, so pay attention here. Here's a possible 9-8 of 362, the second. Same thing. That's the newsstand. That's the direct. Then I have two other newsstands that are also nicely in the nines. They're probably more like 9-4, maybe even 9-6. Very respectable. There you go. And then I see Gayski. Move out of the way. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. aceBay. aceBay. There you are. B, not G. Okay, so it's going right back. Well, Falcon did get that though. Kipker. Then, oh boy. Another one on C. And then this one it's kind of like the same thing. Nicely in the nines, but direct. Nicely in the nines, but newsy. And then my favorite is the silverback second print. Why do I have so many of these? That's ridiculous. Falcon on C and I. All right. That's a new username. Chicken Unicorn 1. Chicken Unicorn, great username. Make sure you fill out the link, first, last name, all that stuff. And you're getting invoiced after the show. Make sure you fill out that link. A lot of times, though, guys, I give like 1 or 2 books. I will hold your pile, as you know. So keep it going. Third appearance of Carnage. I guess I only have 2. Non-key 364. I started to do these for 10. 365 high. I think I have a couple more. Yes. But I've noticed the gradable copies of the Newsies, pretty big price difference on that book. I don't really know why, is what it is. Falcon on A. One. Neely. Boop. A. Bay. Chris. All right, we are caught up. All right, I'll go a little faster. Non-key, 370 non-key, 371 non-key, 372 non-key, 373 non-key, newsy, and direct. Kipker, I might have to throw you in a short box. 74 non-key. All right, 375. Possible grade. It's first and weighing. I don't remember. Kwong went CI. There we are. Let's see. Gunga on A. Gunga, I moved your pile. Where did I move you to? There you go. Bucknell on B. Where are you? There you are. And then BY went wall. Rock on. Okay. Same thing, but the newsy. Non-key 376, non-key 382, non-key 383. Bondage cover, sexy 384 non-key, 385 non-key. Death of Aunt May 400. Bloom and Falcon. Meat. By the way, round of applause to BY, who Made a killing on that one. Good job, Ryan. Got you on I. Mr. Justin on G. Go. Then we have a combined value of $23. Obviously, I'm going to round down. $5.39, and the actually even more valuable second printing. That is the Return to Black Suit issue. Beautiful copies too. $5.46, first full appearance of Freak and Mr. Negative and Jackpot. $7.98, Gwen variant, and another $7.98 variant. That is some Red Goblin key. Then I have $7.98 through $800. You know what I forgot? This was a $9.99 book off the shelf just for $800. Crazy. Gunga. Kipker. Yeah, Kipker, you're close to being plopped into a short box. One. Got you down here. I think we're caught up there. Mr. Farron Johns. Here comes the part of the claim sale where it gets a little harder to find each pile. There you are. Neely, unfortunately, I think on that one, it's a little too past. You know me, though. You actually know me personally. I will get that again, and you got it, homie. Oh, we got a wall claim on Facebook. Radical. Henry. Rock and roll. Here's the link. Big, giant, fat, almost like a graphic novel. ASM number 875 from 2021. Obviously, Key Collector 10. I go a little lower for use. Same exact book, but the Peach Momoko one. Friendly Neighborhood number 6 is the first Spider Bite. Giant Size Superheroes, that is first Manwolf versus Morbius. That is a mid-grade on D in Mylar. I got a meat on B. And a poly on C. Marvel Voices, first Goddess Spider, first Children of the Atom, and this is the Damian Scott variant, which has even extra value. Perfect condition in Mylar. First appearance of Lucia von Bardas, who is the successor to Latveria. Perfect copy Secret War 1. Some exclusive variant of Spider-Man 1. I'm just going to go cover price there. Spider-Gwen 1. Perfect copy H. This is a tough book. I get this in once every couple of years. First appearance of Spider Manga. Legend of the Spider Clan 1 from the 2000s. Here's a Spidey 2099. Why do I not have 20 in this? What's wrong with it? I think it's like a near mint minus. Still, $10 is a good price on that one. Oh my gosh. Things are going fast. Blue. Poly. Powerful. Gunga. H is gone. A is not gone. You got A. Dark. You got E. Oh, we are caught up. Radical. Perfect copies, silver. Perfect copies, gold. Let's see. Neely A and Falcon A. I only have two. So we're at Rebay, boom. Mafia, boom. Rebay, again. Chicken Unicorn, you got I, thank you. Some silvers left. And then here's the regular cover A. Then we have first appearance of Spider Boy. That is the second print. And then, again, same book, some exclusive Mylar. Here's a random ASM annual. It got separated when we were doing all the other ones. It's number 14. Chris. Let's see. First appearance of Weapon 8. What is this? I forgot to write what the actual book is. Some variant thing. First appearance of, what do they call it? The Web Buster or the Spidey Hulk or something? Web Spider-Man 70. G. Here is a mid to high What If issue number 1. Chris. Wait, I think that was a previous D. Sorry. Mafia. Gunga. All silvers. Then we have this is actually a trade paperback from the Spencer run. It's the first trade paperback. It's called Back to Basics. First, Professor Power. I got a couple beautiful ones there. There's your Marvel Team Up 117. First, Julie Carpenter solo series, high grade 90s newsy. D. Felipe. Mr. Unicorn. Parks Ravenscroft. B. Get down here. Oh, no, not Neely. Neely beat me on that one. Sorry. Let me move my butt out of the way. Palf. And you know what's funny, Pal? Neely, so you know I'm not crazy. The actual app, which is more important, has USB. On my phone, it actually does have Parks Ravencroft right above you. That's very strange. Regardless, high grade Spider-Woman number 2, first Morgan Le Fay since the Golden Age. Other than issue number 1, Spider-Woman keys are very affordable, gosh. Here is with COA Spider-Man the Wizard. Big money. Extremely limited print count. Spider-Geddon number 1. It even comes with COA. That is a $100 on E. Perfect Mylar. Parks. That one you got. Polly. We are nearing the end of our Spider-Man. Believe it or not, there was an end to it. At the Pal. Mr. Anthony gets a C. All right, is that the last of our Spider? We did it. I think. Hold on, before I say that for sure, let me make sure. All right. Unicorn. All right. Couple more A's before we get into the B. The full run, actually starting with the Scotty Young variant, too, of Aliens versus Avengers. Here could be a gradable Newsy Alpha Flight 51. That's your first Jim Lee right there. We have a perfect copy Ambush Bug, number 1. Very desirable. First, what's it, the Coyote story? I forgot what it's called. On B. And then very high grade, if you're into that thing, Annie, number 1. Where? Kipker. You know what, Kipker? Yep, let's get you in a short box. Mr. Russ on A. Polyworld on I. And E for that matter. Chicken Unicorn. FG, good choices. Chicken Unicorn, for a first timer, you're doing pretty good. Getting pretty close to that 10% off. Keep rocking and rolling, and we'll do it. Let's see. All right. A couple more things before we get into the B's. Chicken gets a C. Nice. All right, Arrow. That's the first solo series right there on I. I guess I had my parents do the advertising. They probably put it because they saw Archie. Betty and Veronica, 269 classic Angel Devil cover. And you know that's stupidly low print. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, number 1. Then we have a bunch of Archie number 1s. High grade, these are mid-90s. Jetsons 1, Flintstones 1. I thought I had more, but maybe they got separated. Wong. Zamboni. There you go. A and F. Thank you. D is, I forget what variant it is, but it's the first appearance of Weapon 8. Here's the full miniseries of the 1989 Aquaman. Mara gets powers. That is like a high 9s gradable Aquaman. It's number 22. I had a little pinch of Avengers, 200, and then one that was like ever so slightly under. First Star Fox, near mint 232. Here's a near mint 225. It's just simply an iconic Black Knight cover. Nesmith on G. That's a new one. ZEL. ZEV LMAO 3511. LMAO, fill out the link with your first name, last name, all that stuff. I'll be shooting you an invoice after the sale. Try to get more than one book. I typically will hold a pile that's just like one book. Thank you. Great choice. Geek this week. Ooh, come here. All right. I'm gonna put it there. All right, brand new book, Avengers Armageddon, #1. It does actually happen to be a key. I picked up the Frizzen variant. I always grab a Frizzen variant these days. And I always grab if there's ever a new Scotty Young. Brand new book there, Avengers Armageddon 1. Cover price. Parks Ravens. And then Henry. Nothing on J, Hen. But you do get a B. So does Dark Lord. One. Unicorn. Unicorn, do you want the higher, which means the 10, or the lower, the 8? You gotta let me know. Uncle Lou. Rebay, and then there's one left of each. Just scan, make sure I got everything. I think I did. All right, BBB, GGGGG. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, another. This was on like list of books to look out for in terms of indie new releases. Bad Thoughts, #1. I got 3 of them brand new on J. Chris grabbed the last A. Aaron Johns. Barb Wire. Adam Hughes cover. Could be a great one. I probably have more than 3 Bad Thoughts, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what, Mr. Neely. Nothing left on A. Let's scoop up some of these stragglers because I think we're about to go into Batman territory. Let's see if we can't get any of this gone. All right, Batman, here we go. I got a bunch of absolute Batman in. Good thing, too. It's stuff's doing amazingly. I think this is a pretty darn new book, #21. That is just cover price. First, Victor Zaz in Absolute Universe. Brand new Absolute Bats. I always try to have those. I'll do the cover price stuff first. Here's some variant that hasn't blown up yet of #8. Now, #8, just so you know, cover A is starting to do like 30, 40 bucks. It's getting crazy out there. Getting crazy. Chicken Unicorn D. Boom. CH goes to Waddington. Richard. All right, where are we? Zamboni. Same thing, 14. I'm trying to do all the ones that are just the cover price. There's a lot of them. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Absolute Batman number 2. I don't know which variant it is. Even cover A's of number 2 are up to $35. I'm just going, this was $5.99. I'm doing it. Zeb. Gunga. Zamboni. Okay. 16. That's just cover price on B. 17. That's just cover price on H. Some of these variants, I don't know what they are. 18. Cover price. 19. Cover price. And I think after that is when we get into the crazy price ones. Where Absolute Batman just takes off. Master Control. Thanks, Sean. Last one, that's cover price. It's number 4. Cover A is now doing 25. There you go. Ribby. Zamboni. Yeah, my thing with Absolute Batman is it's kind of like you really want to grab stuff up when you can because these prices are continuing to climb. It's getting ridiculous. Let's get to it. Here's number 9. Some exclusive variant goes for 35. I'm doing 20. Number 10 goes for 40 in cover A. This exclusive, I'm doing 10. Mr. Vintage. Mr. Powell. What the hell is going on? Okay, hold on one second. Also, great catch. Did you guys see that? Powell. All right, please hold. Luke. Justin. Ribby. All right, here we go. Batman 11, cover A goes for 45. This variant, Key Collector says 30. I'm going 20. Bowers with J and A. What is going on here? Oh boy, I can't believe I'm running out of room already. Crazy. Quack. Bane. Super chat is like a donation thing. That's not necessary at all. All right, Batman 12. Some sort of something. I don't know. A lot of this stuff I kind of don't remember. 13. David Nakayama. Starting to do some numbers. The Jock first Absolute joker. Starting to do some numbers. This one made me laugh. Key collector of cover A is up to 300 frickin' dollars. Here's the third print for 15. Even the frickin' third print is doing numbers. It's getting crazy out there. Zamboni. I think that's Nesmith. All right. All right. Boom. Here's a crazy one. So what is this? What issue is this? Number 5. Cover A is 45. Listen to this. This is the 1 in 50 variant, and still cover A is outperforming this. This is 30. Cover A is 45. Crazy. But I like showing off weird stuff like this. Some exclusive of number 6. Cover A's are doing 25. It's funny because exclusives, which should be more, are actually less. It's interesting. Uncle Lou. Here's the 1 in 25 of number 3, which cover A of number 3s are doing 25. So even the 1 in 25 should be worth more. Nope, 20. Do not ask me which variant this is. I do not know. Arc M, it's the one shot. Quack. Bam. All right, and then let's finish it. I think this is the rest of it. Number 7, cover A's are doing 30. Here's your $10 version. Decent. This is actually what Key Collector is doing. KO number 1, because it has all the absolute guys. This one's starting to pick up. There you go. Baron Johns. Scheist. And then Lou. And then my last ones is 16 and 20, the 1 in 25, and the 1 in 25. That's my absolute Batman. That's all of it. Ribby, thank you. Ryan. And if there are people toying with wall claiming, I'll give you a couple to chew on. Nakayama foil, fire, and this is a weird one. Mr. Terrific Year 1. Apparently, this variant's going crazy. Key Collector says $18. I've never had it before. I don't know, but I'm going to do 10. Zev. Parks. Still a pinch left of our absolute bats. See if we can't wrap it up. Near mid, full run, Hush. The New York Post exclusive, 608, near mint, first Hush. Kicker. Where did I put you? Any late 50s? I doubt that. Doubt that. All right, let's see. We need a couple cleared up spots. Art. Ink. All right. Third print, very hard to find, $4.97. Perfect condition. The 9/8s are $150. Trust me, I know. These ones are nicely higher than first print. Key Collector says 40 bucks. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna do it 20, so I'm half off. I know that that book spiked. I don't really know why. If anyone knows, let me know. 300 D H. CD, Ribby, and then Zev. The finale Posh, it's actually also the first cover of Posh. A decent copy, probably like a 9.0 maybe, of Batman 423, third print. Here is a lower grade, but it's the first appearance of Arkham Asylum, 258. And here's the regular cover A of 608. AFJ, Mr. Mom, yes, sir. All right, let's see. Kicker. Where are we? eBay. I will do that, Waddington. In the future, I'm not going half off. So that's a good deal. Crane. Hold on, please hold. Visa Sasank. He grabbed F. Let me just go back in time. Oh, yeah, he did. Nice. All right, Visas, that one's bequeathed over to you. Is that the word? I don't know. All right, let's see. Neil Adams, mid-grade. Neil Adams of Batman teaming up with Phantom Stranger C. This one's more like high grade, number 90. Batman team up with Adam Strange. Super high grade, 359. Your first full cover of Killer Croc. Mr. Uribe. Mr. Uribe, you're almost winding up in a short box yourself. Yeah, we just be queefing out here, dude. Batman, the movie special. That's a newsie on H. We have a couple. Oh, geez, there's a big book coming up. A couple. First appearance of Azrael near Mitts. Master Control. Uribe. Crane. Kevin, where did I just put your pile? There you Gunga. Mafia. Did I miss a G claim? This is a near mint full run of Hush. That's usually like a sell in 2 seconds for me. All right. Here's our mid-grade 234 first. People call it first Silver Age, although is that not the Bronze Age? That's weird. I'm calling it the first Bronze Age appearance of Two-Face on E. That's the Pal. High grade 412, first appearance of mine. Oh yeah, I had another first Azrael that was like just not quite a 10. Cody. Beef queef is the most horrid sentence ever. Near mint, first appearance of Bane, bundled with the Vengeance of Bane Part 2. A. First. Batman Punisher, near mint. That's the actual first team up, which is funny because it wasn't even Bruce, it was Jean Paul. Full run. Actually, wait a second. What's this? That's not a full run. Oh, I remember what I did here. Also, this is not a 9/8 candidate. I don't know why I have the dot there, but this is a newsie. First appearance of Tim Drake, bundled with the first Robin. That one is near mint. This one isn't quite, but it is a newsie. Chris already got that. Neely on A. Nice. Nice, bruh. Brian. All right, I got to find a short box for you, my friend. Hold on. Please hold. Oops. I bumped the camera. Where are we? Boom. Henry, nothing on A. Russ, thank you. Missing part 4, but almost the full run and high grade of Death in the Family. Okay. Here is the 410 and 409. That is the 2-part origin of Jason Todd in gradable issue. Batman vs. Predator, number 1, high grade D. Near mint, Batman and the Outsiders 1. Chicken Unicorn, yes, that is 608 through 619. Another Batman Spawn near minty. The Batgirl special. And here's a big one. Neil Adams, we have a high grade, could even benefit from a clean press too, but it is First Grim Reaper. Beautiful cover, Undie. Quack. That's a hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. I'm actually putting a decent sized book in its place. I never get this in, and honestly, this is probably the best condition I've got it in. It's probably like an 8.0, the Beatles cover. The Batman 222 on F. That is really hard to get in. Hal's quick with it. 12-cent bats on F. What issue? 211 mid. Let's clean up some of these other spots, though. We're working with the same spot over and over and over. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to go run in the house, eat an apple, and go pee. So you guys got like 2 minutes. Here is the link. I'm going to take a quick break and refill my water, too. I'll be right back. Clean up this wall, if you would please, while I'm gone. Okay, sweet. So we got here green. Sir. Chicken. Hey, that's a good one, chicken. Rebe. Trask. Russ. And Spike Mike. 8342. Okay. More 12-cent Batman, kind of low, 209. All right, Nesmith. Maybe. Similar-ish, 206, 12 center. 199. First Francine, the wife of Manbat, Detective 402, mid. High grade Neil Adams, Detective 394. Near mint 395. First appearance of Film Freak. Tyrannos. Give me 1 second. Good to have you, Tyrannos. I got a short box for you right here. Right here. And H. Oh man, Tyrannos. I had a pretty good one last week. I had a little silver thing. It was a fun one, and I actually had some bat in there. And samurai. All right. Could be a near mid 30 center. That's cool. 287 on D, and another super high grade 276 C. Reynolds. Some more high grade Batman coming up. I have a very high grade 269 and 253. While I'm at it, I'll do my high grade 224 D. Yes, nice. And I have a nice copy. This one's more mid to high. It actually includes a Klaus Janson fan letter. 219. Here is a mid to low. Actually, I don't even know why I said mid to low. It's just low. It's probably like a 3 or a 3.5. Silver Age Penguin, 169. Brave and the Bold, 91. Classic cover, mid F. Oh, wait. Laura asked for all the silver bats, so I gotta throw that one to her. Zamboni. Crane. $311. Nice copy of that too. Very high grade, maybe even near mint. Let's play it safe and call it a near mint minus. Classic Lex Luthor cover in which he punches soups and bats. Just my camera. I have a low grade. This should have been the thumbnail, dude. Jeez. Uh, Batman 251 could benefit from a clean and press. Probably only like a 3.5, but what the hell? When do I get that in? Never. So there you go. Casually dropping epic books. Thank you, Crane. Tyrannos. Then we got a little bit of the white suit bats. The brightest day, 14. I do have a pretty nice copy. It's mid to high. There's some sort of smudge here that I can't tell if it's like a printing error or what, but it is a beaut. First dual dent. Here's a big one. I think it is a 6.5. This is the first Talia al Ghul. This is Detective 411. I never ever get that in. Can I get a hell yeah? And then I have some 15 cents. These are actually only like in the 40 range. For what the hell? 409, 407. Any more of those? Zamboni. Near Mitt, Key Collector 15. I've always done them for 10. First Vesper Fairchild. And signed by Doug Mensch, Batman 537. Trade paperbacks. We got Arkham Asylum. If you haven't read that, here's a little bit of trauma for you. Detective 1000, the, I guess, movie poster variant. I have a sealed archive issues Batman Volume 1. These are pretty collectible. That's kind of cool. Cody. $300. Mr. Stewart. Second print, you can always tell by the red background. Adam Hughes, Batgirl #1, high grade. Battle Beast 1 through 7. That was way cheaper than what I was finding. Even that's starting to do numbers. Thank you, Ryan. All right, what we got? We got a bunch of Adam Hughes coming up. Nice. Nice. Mid-grade Whitman Battlestar Galactica 1. Near mint Birds of Prey 56. First appearance of Savant. That's a tough one to find. I never get that. And the Art Germ Black Cat. That's her first solo. Neeleon F. Ford, I still have your box here. Dark F is gone. A little pinch of Black Hawk. I have 112 center, number 220. Black Knight, #1, near mint. Black Lightning, first appearance. Decent copy. I would say still mid-grade. Mr. Ford, thank you. Samurai. The full run of Vertigo's Black Orchid series, D. Perfect condition Black Panther 4, Key Collector 25. I had a hard time moving these even at 20, so I'm dropping it again. First appearance of the White Wolf and the Hatsup Zaraze. A full $10 cheaper than price guides. You have a 9.8 of that birds. That's awesome, dude. That's got to be a super low census count right there. I could kind of use some new space because I have a lot of a set type of something. I need to like fill a wall with something. So I need to see if we can't get some room here with these Adam Hughes. Good news is killed another long. Mr. Unicorn, thank you. In fact, I'll chop off $5 for how long that sat. Kicker. Thank you, sir. All right, I don't have enough to put that one type up, so I got to do other stuff. Blade 5, near mint, first meeting with Wolverine. Speaking of which, perfect copy. Blade number 1. I'm actually going to make this Black Hawk for free. And I'm going to put it in Hank's pile because he bought a bunch of Black Hawk last week. Shout out to you, Hank. I actually tried to move this last week. It didn't go. The 1959 car blue book. Pretty cool. Let's do $10 instead of $15 just to get it gone. Thank you, Laura. Let's do it with that. Something super cool here. Bone number 1, the 7th print. Still quite a nice value there. Probably underpriced, but there you go. Local pickup, Mr. Green. 300 on each. And then in 1996, it went over to Image, and I do also have the Bone number 1 with Image on A. This is a leftover from the Golden Age sale. Boys Life number 3. With Kevin Wade. All right. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do so if I don't have the spot to fill the wall, why don't I just do a Adam Hughes Black Widow random buy. So we'll just put we'll put the Adam Hughes on A. They're all perfect condition Adam Hughes Black Widow covers. You'll get random ones on A. Wind Rose gets 1. There are some buttes in there for sure. Laura gets 1, 2. Aribe. Master. And just a few left of those. We got a full wall. I need some clearing before we move on here. G is a Doug Mensch signed Batman book. He was the writer. Waddington went with A and J. Wind Rose takes all Adam Hughes. Rock on. All right, next box. We are over halfway. Nice. We're on to Captain America. Key collector, $40. Ha! Cap 34. That's the first Buckiest cap. I have both copies of it. Again, total value is $40. I always price cap especially lower. First Hail Hydra, the Steve Rogers #1. I think that's a key collector 10 again. Pretty much all my cap books I do for half. First Ricky Barnes, key collector 18, it looks like. I'm doing 10. And there's that. We are literally only on C. We're going alphabetical A to Z. We are only on C, so we cannot get stuck here now. Why don't I do an offer for you guys? It's a weird offer, but these were some stragglers from the Golden Age sale. Why don't we do, if you get H and I, I'll just make it 15. So I'll make H free. H and I. And I'll make H free. Parks. Someone had 50 on this? That's goofy. All right, here is, I might do another random bundle. I have a bunch of Bronze Age Captain America that's actually pretty nice. So why don't I just say, let me keep all the stuff that is like just $5. So I'm going to do a mystery Captain America bundle on D. So if you get D, you'll get, and I'm only grabbing the $5 stuff. So like Arnim Zola and other stuff, I'm not going to include. But if you get D, you'll get some nice 70s cap. Mafia, you get a super nice versus Daredevil one. And Waddington. Art. 6-string. Polly Whirl. Son of Crom, dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love, my dude. Zeb, thank you very much. You got the best. Oh, Nesmith, we can totally do that. Thank you, man. Look at that. Whew. My guy, Son of Crom, hope you're doing well. All right, we got about 6 left of the Bronze Age cap on D. Other than that, we could use some claimant. If you missed it, I said if you get H and I will make H free. Any takers there? And I'm also going to make this guy just $10. So this Doug Mensch signed Batman, let's just do $10 there. Can't go lower on that, can't go lower on that, can't go lower on that. So those are stuck. Oh, wait, I didn't even read it. He gave me 15 for H and I. Oh, to just take it off the wall. Just to remove them? That's ridiculous. Okay. That's hilarious. All right, we'll try them again some other time. I didn't even read it. Unbelievable. Thank you. Parks. That's a 10. Again, I'm lowering that one. Parks. Art. All right, and then we have the higher stuff. First full, I think this is the first full, or maybe this one's the first cameo. Arnim Zola, mid to high, and then first Arnim Zola cameo, mid, followed by the first full appearance of Arnim Zola, mid, H. Woo! Windrose gets top row. My man, I'm going to give you a couple freebies for that, Windrose. Thank you. That really helps our momentum. So, mucho apreciado. And that fills your box pretty nicely, I have to say. 6 string went GH. Then we have Key Collector 60, first Winter Soldier with Falcon and Origin issue. Perfect copy. The Death of Cap. I just burped while I did that. Death of Cap near mid-beat. A full run of Fallen Song, Death of Captain America. Why did I show that issue? Because that is actually the Michael Turner cover. That is the first cover of Kate Bishop, and it's the first meeting of Kate and Hawkeye. Woo! That was a long-winded explanation. Art. That's a 300. Oh gosh, yeah, I remember this. All right, let's see if I can get a hold of this for you guys. All right, high grade. Here's the gradable copy of Super Action #1. And if you just want a high grade copy, but I wouldn't necessarily say go get it graded, that's $10 cheaper on D. Next up, we have a high grade Captain Planet #1 newsie. And Charlton Bullseye, which is a reintroduction of Captain Atom and Nightshade #7. All right, where are we? Yep, 6. That's Kipper. There you are. All right. Where are I? Still in the C's. What was this bundle? So it's Cloak and Dagger Near Mint of 1 and the other one, and I think there's also a #2 from that run. The Conan the movie special, Conan the Destroyer, Arnold Schwarzenegger cover #1. Near Mint Cops the Job #1. High grade full run of Crisis on Infinite Earth. That price is down. That used to be like $75. Price variants of the Cross and the Switchblade. That's cool. 70s stuff on E. It's a mid to high. Forward. Scheist. Crane. Dark got what is it? A and G, so just A. Saga of Crystar 1. Cygor, first solo series, high grade 1. First appearance of Witchblade, Cyblade She, 1B. Your Minty. Steven, yeah. Hey, an Iron Man 1 is an Iron Man 1 as far as I'm concerned. Sounds good to me. All right, I got the weirdest one here for you guys. I'm going to move this over to G. Here is, actually, you know what? I'm going to prop it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Here is the ultimate Civil War bundle. Okay, here's the problem. It is all of Civil War and Civil War II and the trade paperbacks of Civil War and the trade paperbacks of Civil War II and all the tie-ins you can possibly think about, which, by the way, there happen to be some nice keys hiding in those tie-ins. John, you good? Cat walked across the keyboard on that one, I think. Hold on. Let me just grab Kevin's B. If I can remember where I put Kevin. There we are. All right. So, legitimately, the difference in price on something like this is so insane. This crazy Civil War bundle. I mean, look how much shrink wrapping I've had to do here. That is ridiculous. Now, everything that I saw on eBay sold, don't worry, I don't look at listed. Everything I saw on eBay sold was like 200, 500, 600 even. There was a 400. There was one, I'm not shitting you guys. This is a confirmed eBay sold. I don't know if this means that someone like bid it up. I don't know, but there was one that was well over $1,000. I don't know what the hell that was about. The rest of it, I was looking. I think it is like maybe several hundred, maybe even just a few hundred. But I so didn't know what the hell to price it at. So we're gonna do an auction. I'm gonna start it at 100. The person with the highest bid at the end of the timer has it, and we'll just do that. I'm going to do a 90-second timer. It's going to start at 100. All you have to do is write 100 to put in the bid. Whoever gets higher, you basically got it by the point the timer runs out. We'll do no extensions, and we'll just do it like that. Hey Siri, start a timer for 90 seconds. And again, I reiterate, the sales data was ridiculous. It was all over the place. Probably is worth several hundred. I do not know. I don't think it's worth over $1,000 like that one crazy person. So let me put the timer up for you so you see. I can tell you something. It's definitely worth a hell of a lot more than $100. Here, is that better? Wow. Is this shit about to sell for 220? That would be, oh my god. Sold. Laura Lee, 220. Let me tell you something. I'm pretty sure I paid 200 for that. Oh well, okay. Let's go. All right, let me get that in a short box. Okay. All right. Let's go. Back to it. We also killed another short box. Nice. All right. Next up, we have some classics illustrated. These also were one of the only things that did not sell last week. Boom, boom, and boom. And again, when I priced this stuff, I was like laughably lower than what I was seeing. But it is what it is. There you go. First appearance of Blackheart High Grade Daredevil. We made it into the D's. We're into the D's. Nice. Mr. It's a D. That might take me a second to remember where that pile is, though. Mr. Mom. Right here. I have a full wall, so I can't put anything up on the wall until we have a spot open. And it is 3 o'clock, so here's what we're going to do. Even though we're only on D, never mind. Nesmith, I'm going to give you C for free for that. Thank you, sir. I'll even give you G for free. Okay. Let's see. Daredevil 10 and 11 bundle. Second appearance, first cover appearance of Echo, and then the Origin issue. Perfect condition. There you go. Classic Frank Miller cover 182. Marvel Adventure 1 and 2 high grade bundle. G. Daredevil 97. Mid to high. First appearance of Mordecai, the Dark Messiah. Mafia. Thank you, Waddington. Thanks, Windrose. Then I have Daredevil, kind of a similar bundle. This is the Super Echo bundle. So 9, 10, 11, similar to what I've showed you, but it actually includes 9, the first appearance. And then way later in the run, the 51 through 55, the Mac covers, Elektra story. Key Collector puts the value at 159. Here you can have it for 110. And if you want just the second appearance and first cover, there's that. Let's see. Waddington, thank you. Cover price, first appearance of the Children of the Round Table, DC. Another big bundle. Key Collector 60, I'm doing 40. It is 114 through 119, and tough to find, but also issue 500, which is the final part to that arc. So it's the full appearance of Lady Bullseye, but also her entire story. and then whatever that arc is called that came after that. So it's reading material plus your key there, if that makes sense. Steven, no, I'm not doing any slabs today, nor do I have that. If you want to check out what I have for slabs, I have all my slabs on eBay. That bundle on again, it is about $40, $50 light on the value there. Definitely worth a pickup. All right, a couple of high grade Darkhawk number ones. I used to sell these for 20. I don't even sell them for 10 now. $8. Crazy. Thank you, Zeb. All right, we're going to go to sudden death. Hey Siri, start a timer for 1 minute. Basically, we just need one spot claimed up in order to keep putting new books down. Any G.I. Joe? BY, I think you got all my G.I. Joe. I don't have any more for quite a while. I actually don't seek it out, quite honestly, because it's a lot of first appearance information I have to write. There's so many keys in there. I guess it's what they call a good problem to have. Thank you, Kipker. All right, let's clear that timer. Darkwing Duck number one, a 1 in 150 variant. In case you heard that, that is a 1 in 150 of Darkwing Duck number one. That's crazy. All right, hey Siri, restart timer. Never mind. Deadpool number 1 and 2. First Dr. Kilbrew is the key. That's your first appearance right there. It is near mint. 2 is just a little $2 add-on. That's why it's 12 instead of 10. D is the same as E. This is a gradable copy of Super Action 1. This is also extremely high grade, but this is a little bit better. Or if you wanted the rest of them, I'll give you $20 for free. How about we do that? Thank you, Joe. Hey Siri, restart timer. All right. Thank you, thank you. Some more Deadpool for you. It's the full run of the mini series, Circle Chase. Decently high graded enough. I don't know if it's quite near mint, but there you go. Excuse me. Thanks, Six String. I also have Dark Knight's Death Metal 2, which is the first mention of Robin King on A. Spike Mike. There you are. Dark Knight's Hawkman found some other key from Dark Knight's Metal on D. Water break. Hey Siri, restart timer. Wind Rose keeps us going. We have an A and D. What's up, Spike Mike? Link. Here's the link. Very similar to that book that Spike Mike. Here is the full 1 through 4. Let's see. Demon Days, Peach Momoko, #1. That is actually a cool cover. Not the biggest Peach guy, but I do like that. That looks nice. $7 cover price. I'm just doing $5. These are sometimes really fun reads. The Giant Halloween Hex. It's just a one shot. Quite honestly, Mr. Steven, I really just do the claim sales. I try to do a good work-life balance. So when I start open up lists and trying to hunt down individually for people, I find it too impossible with the YouTube channel. I mean, I really am, no exaggeration. I rock like a 100-hour work week. You can ask my wife. So when I start doing the other things, like I don't grade for people, I do the claim sales. It's really all I can do. Unfortunately, it's really all I can manage. Little Mermaid 1, Aladdin 1, and we'll do Return of Aladdin 1. Some tough to find '90s stuff. Yeah, Steve, let me pop over to my eBay. Let me get you a link to that real quick. Do-do-do-do-do. I actually have some pretty good stuff on the eBay right now. Let's see. All right, there's the eBay link. Neely went A and B. I like the weirder stuff. I like stuff like that. Spike Mike. Mr. Ford. All right, cool. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Let's do some 50s Dennis the Menace. Not bad. Good condition. Perfect condition. Else World's Finest, Book 1 and 2 bundle. Perfect condition. Buttes. BY, was that for this, or did you mean that on a previous? I think you meant previous. Chicken Unicorn, I will do that. You know what's crazy? That is allegedly, it's a $25 book on Keep Collector. But obviously it's not if it's sat for an entire hour here. Craziness. Zeb's going to grab up A. Some more scarcity. Straight to Hell #1. It is the first appearance of Chastity. Excalibur #31. It's really the only one in the entire run that I think is like resurrected from dollar bins. It's a $10 book. First Vega Superior, the son of Krakoa, maybe. But I do them for $5. I don't even do them for $10. Thank you, Nick. Polyworld. Hey, I know this is so unrelated, and I'm sorry for going off on a tangent. Are there any gamers in there? Did you see that we're really in the end of times? There's going to be no more physical media in like literally like 2027 on up, and I think that is insane. That made me very, very mad. Near mint first Falcon Solo. And then let's do the same thing I think I did with Cap. I have some decent $5 range FF. I'll just make them like a random mystery buy, starting with 153. Yeah, I was actually shocked. It was almost like a prank, but unfortunately, that's real life. My favorite thing is like Outback Steakhouse and like random companies and food chains are clowning Sony for doing that. I think that is so funny to me. Nick on C and Joe on D. Is it Nick Ford? No, Sergenko. Yeah, I have a pretty extensive GameCube and like PlayStation 3 collection, and it's actually pretty crazy that they're doing it. First appearance of the Nova Core and Rule, RUL. I'm pretty sure that's a scroll. High grade Newsy 205 FF. Here's a book that I used to do these for 15 alone. 347 near mint, bundled with the cooler second print with the bronze background. That is the first appearance of what's called the new Fantastic Four. Samurai. Not to mention, there's so many games that are stuck on systems. Like, I love more vintage games. I just love them. And, like, you can't even play those games anywhere if they had made digital only copies. That would be ridiculous. Like, you know what my buddy has been playing? Dude, I don't even like sports games. Can I show you guys something? This is straight up like the best time you will ever have. Like, me and my buddy, he has been coming over. He's actually been helping ship and like do some stuff. And we like literally sit there and like bag and board and then we play that. Freaking epic, dude. And like actually that's like a damn near $100 game now. And that's what they're trying to take away from us. And that is just super not cool with me, man. Cage 820. Yeah, I don't even like sports games. And that is an incredible game. D and F. Cage will get you started on a file. And I was kind of sitting there looking at my PS5 like, wow, I guess that's the end. That was my final console. Because I'm not buying new consoles if it's going to be frickin' drop $70 to $80 on a digital copy. Get lost, dude. Are you crazy? You're not even owning anything. You're renting a license. That's insanity. Hard pass. N7 Austin, I disagree. I sucked so bad at that. I couldn't play it. All right, cool. We are caught up. Again, $160 bundle. I don't want to keep saying it, but there it is for 110. Firestars, first solo series. That's a near mint and one that was just a pinch under. Actually, I have two near mints. First Green Lantern crossover. That's got Nesmith written all over it right there. That is a beautiful mid grade. I would park it at like a 6 something on D. Galaxian #1. Little indie-ness. Gamora. All these, the first solo series of Gamora, a lot of them are 10. I'm just doing 5. Gen 13, it's the, whatchamacallit, the Pulp Fiction homage. Waddington, which one? You want the, I'm assuming the 5. Nesmith. Now, the other problem is I bet physical media is about to spike even further. GameCube already is pretty expensive, let me tell you that. And it's about to get more expensive. Damn. Sucks for me. All right, Adam Hughes cover, Ghost 7 near mint. Also, you got actually, I'm drawing a blank on that character's name. I hate when I do that. It has Mask and I think Hellboy. Yeah, and Hellboy on the cover. So it's kind of like a Dark Horse celebration. I have a bunch of near mint Ghost Rider rides again. Not a key, but it is a cool #1 if you're looking for like a perfect copy. They were part of a distributor pack. Madman, thank you. Uribe. Then we have a high grade first Kyle Rayner newsstand. 90s newsy. We made it to G. Nice. Dark Lord. Thank you, sir. Mr. Christ. One shot called Emerald Twilight on D. They didn't make too many Green Lantern one shots. Trust me, I would know. Trust me, too. Yeah, Gen Z is buying a lot of CDs and vinyl. Gen Z is actually really spearheading the return to physical media in the world of music. Trust me, I work at an antique shop on Wednesdays. One of the best things that sells there is the vinyl. Trust me, dude. Cage. 300. All right, we're caught up. All right. 50. Green Lantern 50. Just another classic, gradable. I think that's the first appearance of Parallax. And then 51, first Kyle as Green Lantern. First appearance of Pie Face, Green Lantern #2, and the Antimatter universe, which is kind of a big deal for DC stuff. Books about like a in the fours on J. Presents beautifully though. Chris on A and B. Yeah, so true. All right, let me put something on that G. Now we had a slowdown with some of these Green Lanterns, but just in case you missed it, here's Green Lantern #3. Probably like a 4 or 5. Hey, look at that. Wasn't someone asking about that? Tomar Reed? All right, not that we're not having fun, but I'm going to restart that timer. Hey, Siri, restart timer. All right, 1 minute. We got to just get something to keep us going. Mr. Mom restarts us. Thank you, sir. And now I have to do the 10-minute search for that file. There you are. GL #4. This is actually very nice. 10-cent GL in the mid to high grade range. This is a lower grade, but what the hell? It's first Tomar Reed. 4.0-ish on J. Wind Rose. Good one. Mr. Lou. More Final 10-cent issue is number 8. That could be maybe up to like a 7. I claimed A. Were there 2? Yes. And then this is number 10. Not bad. Middle of the road. 5.5, something like that on H. Cheers, Waddington. I will be joining you right after this. I promised my wife a little siesta today. All right. Hey, Siri, restart timer. Never mind. Some easy pickings. All right, Green Lantern number 12. 12 center. And again, this stuff is in Mylar too. Little extra selling factor. Again, right middle of the road, 5.5, I want to say. Oh, man, what's that say? Joe CD. I really, really, really miss going to cons. It has been, at this point, a long time. The problem is, each weekend comes and I want to be like, oh, I can take time off. But just like my bills keep me down. I have to keep grinding and I can't get away. I can't take any time off. I went to the beach for a week and I feel like that brought me back an entire month. So I don't know. Mr. Gayski. 19, little lower in the 4s. 28 in the 5s. 31, this one's much nicer, in like the 7 range. Same with 33, 12-cent GL. Okay. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'll give you a second break. All right. All right, we're going to a timer. Hey Siri, restart timer. So we have 1 minute to keep us alive here. And again, I is the full Echo Super bundle. It's not just her first and second and third appearance. It's a lot of issues there. Valued at 160, I'm doing it for 110. We're live. Nice. Those are some good choices. Chicken ACDF. Thank you, sir. Chicken, I am going to give you a Dark Hawk for free. Thank you. All right, actually, we are down to the nub of the GLs. 44 in the fives, 49 first Dazzler. That is really nice. That could be like an 8.0. High grade 64 and high grade 66. So we're ending with a high with GL, as it were. And we killed another short box. Harlan Ellison's Dream Corridor, the full run and one shot. Perfect condition. A lot. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show it. I did that Batman Archives editions. I have more sealed Archives editions. I have some Superman here. Let me know if you want it. You can just say claim Superman. I'll know what you're talking about. Let's see what we're doing here. Ryan. How many E's left? Hi, buddy. Hello.
Sorry.
Should I show him?
Yeah, go for it.
We have a guest. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Good boy. Nice hat. Wow, look at you. You're so handsome. Uh-huh. You want to go see Polly?
Yeah.
All right. Go see Polly. Dark, I think there's about 3 left there. Cody on G, thank you. I love that. That's fantastic. Buddy? Here, let me grab him. Where are you? Okay, hold on, guys. All right. Yep. All right. Sorry, guys. And again, I still have some more of those Archive Edition Supermans. We sold the Batman. All right, let's see. All right, we're up to H. First appearance of a Dove. I forget the name. I usually write it. I forgot. Hawk and Dove #1. That is actually an early Liefeld cover. Looks nothing like his other work. Silver Age Hawk and Dove #2. Lower grade in the 4s. Here's a near mint Hawkeye #1 Newsy. And this new 52 Harley Quinn, I didn't realize how popular that was, but I got a potential 9.8 there on F. A couple first appearances in there. I guess that's why. Don't Granger, yes, thank you. Wow, you were quick with that. Nice job. 300. This is, I forget who did this. I think it's just a classic Dodson cover of the Harley Quinn Batgirl cover. F. Chris. And Lily. Always love that cover. I love any work from the Dodsons. Here's a Harley Quinn DC and Dynamite crossover, Harley Quinn Elektra. That's just cover price on G. First appearance of Punchline. I believe it's the second printing, maybe even the third. Look at the price difference there. Wow, very affordable. All right, timer has restarted. Mr. Casey. Little pocket of Hellboy. Hellboy the Storm. Cover price. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. We have an offer. Let's see. ABDH. All right, I gotta whip out the calculator. A. I think I will do that. So basically, that's this book for free. Oops, wrong. Okay. Nice. This is a brand new book. I bought 15 of them, which is actually crazy. It is a $15 cover price. Gun Honey, but it's this Adam Hughes foil variant. I had to get it. I have 5 copies of the Adam Hughes Gun Honey on C. Sexy cover. You know how it is. Justin 6, Mom. Justin. Dude, why do I keep not remembering where Mr. Mom's pile is? What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. All right, Mr. Mom. Oh, right there. Stones and a Rube. Mr. Wade. Kev. Where did we go? Kevin. Aha, found you faster. There we go. A little blurry. There we go. Here's the full run of World War Hulk. eBay sales are showing 45 to 55. So I'll do 40. That's your first appearance of the son of Hulk, whatever the hell his name is. Decent copy. First appearance of Piecemeal, Hulk 407. It's in the 9s. Is it a true near mint? Maybe it's a near mint minus. That's a gradable. First Thunderbolts. Another gradable. First Maestro, and bundled with the first cover. Sakar, thank you. Ford. Lou. Lou again. Hulk versus Quasimodo. Oh, actually, look at this. That's funny. I had 2 of those on B. Hulk Marines, number 1. Iceman, his first solo series. The 5's a little higher, 3's a little lower. forward. Grown ass gamer. Good to see you, man. Mr. Brandon 98. All right. Near mint full run. Near mint full run. Humanoids, number 1, Newsy. 2, Near Mint, First Arrow Wet. Impulse number 28. That's a tough book to find in Near Mint. Couple perfect copies of number 1. Bane. A brand new series. Once again from, I actually forget the name of the publisher. Is it Bad Idea Press? I forget. But Innards, new indie number 1. Starting to do some good stuff. 1974 Iron Man. It's just a decent copy. 25-cent Iron Man, $8. Ignition. Gotcha. Hey Siri, restart timer. Thank you. All right. $300. Bowers. Take me a second to find that pod there. That's a hell yeah. Ooh, that had been there for a second. Sorry. Grass clear. Dark floors, thank you. Iron Man Bad Blood, that is the full run. $10. From Wildstorm, Jet number 1 from 2000. Your mint. Classic Joker cover, Justice League Annual number 2. Justice League International, first issue. High grade number 7. Ford Polly. Sweet. Uh, Zeb. First appearance of Nort, Justice League International 10, G High. First appearance of Ice, high grade 12. First appearance of Queen Bee, high grade 16. Take it forward. First appearance of the Injustice League, D. Ravens. Justice League International 24. First appearance of Justice League Europe. Near mint number 6, JLA. First appearance of Zariel. Near mint JLA number 7. First appearance of Asmodel on I. GF. Is that Zeb? Yes. First cameo of Squire and first appearance of Joaquin Thunder. JLA 26. First appearance of the Queen of Fables, and it's also the full story arc, so 47 through 49. Hey Siri, restart timer, please. I don't think she listened. Yeah, that's a reasonable offer. I'll do that. Thanks, Nick. First appearance of Crucifer in the 10th Circle, 94. There's a few little $4 keys in the JLA run. I have the omnibus of it, but I've never read it. I'm so behind on my reading, it's terrible. Thank you, Joe. Another teeny tiny Justice League. Justice League America 28. First title change to Justice League America. It had been Justice League Europe or International or something, I forget. Funny thing about when you go alphabetically, you could have like a $300 book or you could just have a $3 book. You never know. All right. Let's see what we got. BY says double question mark. What's up? All right, let's do. Someone was asking about it, so I just skipped a little bit to get to it. I have the perfect run condition of Lethal Protector. And I promised you guys I had another copy. 6'5", maybe a 7. First appearance of Moon Knight, 32. From Facebook, thank you, Zach. Kicker. Last Justice League key I had. Number 34. I usually do 10, but this one is a 90s newsie, so I'm doing that extra little 12 near mint. And that's when he really started to have his covers look like his covers. Immediately grabbed, thank you. King in Black 1. Perfect copy. Uncle Lou, jeez. My man. Look at that. Get a hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Loki 1 through 4. 15. Rivik. All right. Hey Siri, restart timer, please. Just a reminder, here's the link. Like Mike's getting a couple. E and H, just like Mike. Married with Children, Quantum Quartet. Obvious ASM, FF1 homage. Ryan. And Ryan, maybe you're interested in this. I actually have, this was an interesting collection that had pretty much every Married with Children #1 that you can think of. So there you go. All Married with Children #1s. I didn't know they made so many series. Yeah. H, yes. Do you want one of H or do you want the rest of H? Fred Embeck sells the Marvel Universe. Perfect condition, but weird, odd little book there. There you go. Thanks, Parks. Some recent She-Hulk thing that's got a nice value. $25 high Tedesco variant, Marvel 1000. And a super high grade Marvel Fanfare 1. And a super high grade Marvel Saga 1. Actually, we've got a couple varying degrees of condition. So that's your high grade direct, high grade newsy. And then this one's an imperfect copy. Let me know which one you want, Mr. Ryan. Ryan, which one you want? The 10, the 8, or the 5? Ah, gotcha. 20 some seconds left. We better drop the link. Not sure if we'll make it. That's all right. No seconds to spare. DI. Nice. All right, some Adam Hughes swimsuit special. I have a couple of those. I don't know how they got separated. This is the brand new from Image Mask #1. That's just the cover price. That is the blind bag. So you could get like, 1 in 25 or better in there. You never know. Neely, thank you. I do have more than that, so when I find it, I'll grab it for you guys. Ryan and Mom. Falcon. And then Masters of the Universe 4. That's actually one of the tougher anniversary borders. I don't get that in too much. Decent copy. Craig Ballantyne. My friend, you owe me some payment, so make sure you pay for that first before we grab some new stuff. I'll still grab one for you, but I've been sending like reminders twice a day for everybody. We had a surprising amount of piles not get paid for yet, so I'm hoping that was just a mistake, or I don't know what. D. Not a dingleberry. Craig's a friend. I'm sure there's a simple explanation. Also, I don't count just 1 week later as a dingleberry. I think 2 weeks has to pass before I consider it a true dingleberry. Like this freaking long box on the floor, sealed up and tight like mummy wrapped, where some brand new buyer came in and dropped almost $2,000 and then just didn't pay for his books. Yeah, not cool. What is this? I've had this at a claim sale before, actually. I will do $10. It says 20. Ignore. That is a full run, 1, 2, 3, each one double signed. I don't know what it is. Clearly $20 wasn't moving, so we'll do 10. Ryan, I never heard back. I'm assuming you wanted the best one, so I'm just going to give you that guy. Ford on A. 12. Then I had a bunch of perfect condition, but random Mark Spector Moon Knight books. They're all newsy. They're perfect. So I've just got them all there. You could say claim Moon Knight, you'll get the whole stack, or you could just claim them individually, and we could do that. I think there's about 10. Samurai, you got it. Let's see. One of the most popular books that's just absolutely blowing up. I do have a Nectar #1, and if I had more of an open wall, I have like 2 and 3, all that stuff I'm doing for cover price. But this one exploded, if you don't know, and I'm here doing it for 12. Lou, you want the rest of the Nectars? I have like the blind bag and stuff like that too. Yeah, this is a funny year. I feel like this is the year where we really saw a lot of indie books exploding in value. I think that's what 2026 is going to be remembered for. And some of that will have staying power and some might not. You never know. You never know. Anyone here from Montana? I don't know. New Avengers #1 variant. I don't know. Derek Chu, I do know. Zamboni says Nectar was boring. The weird thing is, I don't even know if people are getting it for that reason. They're just getting it for like that #1 value and the craziness, which is a stupid reason, but the market's going to do what it's going to do. Nothing's touching Absolute Batman. Quite honestly, I feel like Absolute Batman is a modern book where the hype actually matches. See how we're doing on our timer. All right. That timer is done, so I think we'll go ahead and end it. Guys, great sale today. Woo! Oh, forward. Actually, we could keep going. I'll go a little bit more. Perfect copy. What's that? Some Ronin thing. I honestly forget what it's called. But yeah. But regardless, let's go ahead and get you that link right there. Made it pretty far. We actually have what I came here with the equivalent of like 6 long boxes. And we have the equivalent of like 2 long boxes left. That's pretty good. Waddington. And yeah, meatball. Yeah. 5. Oh, we just really did get some movement there. Perfect copy. First Illuminati. Who remembers when that was 50? Woo! New Avengers 1. Here's the Ronin bundle of 11 and 27. So first Echoes, Ronin, and Clint. Okay, awesome. We'll just put those away, I guess. And then New Mutants 14, a book I still don't understand why some people charge 20. It's just Ilyana Rasputin joins the New Mutants. Why is that big of a deal? I don't know. All right. But honestly, I do think that is a really good spot to stop. So, guys, I think we'll go ahead and end it. I have a dinner I have to go to tonight, so there is a high chance that you do not get your invoice tonight. I'm probably going to be able to invoice maybe like 10 of you tonight, but they will be coming a little slower than I usually do it. I usually invoice everybody that night. They're going to like creep in over the week. So I'm going to be doing it tonight, obviously, Monday and Tuesday to get them all done. So a little slower than I normally do, and I'm probably gonna hold. So if you have like 1 to 4 books, I might hold your pile. I might even hold your pile if you have like 8 books because you're 2 off from getting to 10%. There's a lot of examples where I hold a pile, but any short boxes, I'm definitely going to prioritize those tonight and get those out of here. Have them in the Monday mail. So. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you later. Rock on, everybody.